Let's talk about the do's and don'ts while baking and after baking. 1. Your ratio of ingredients must be carefully planned. If you have too much liquid or too much fat in your batter, this can lead to a cake with weak structure, which can cause your cake to sink in the middle. You don't want this to happen to you guys, therefore, always use a weighing scale or measuring cups to measure your ingredients. For accuracy, I'll recommend using a digital scale. Number 2. Do not overfill your cake tins. The more batter you have in your cake tins, the longer it takes to bake in the oven. So use 2 cake tins. This way your cake will bake faster and rise evenly. And also you won't end up with a burnt cake. Number 3. Undermixing. Undermixing occurs when the ingredients in the cake batter is not fully incorporated. And this can also result to uneven baking. To avoid undermixing, make sure every ingredient you add into the cake batter is fully combined before you stop mixing. And this brings us to the next point, which is overmixing. Yes, overmixing can cause your cake to collapse. I know this can be quite confusing, but one of the key things you must bear in mind is the creaming process. When you mix your butter and sugar together, you must stop mixing when you achieve a lighter consistency. Too many air bubbles can weaken the structure of your cake. If you are using an electric mixer, always maintain a medium speed. When mixing by hand, stop mixing when you can see all the ingredients fully combined. Number 5. Opening the oven door to check your cake too early. When a cake is baking, it relies on a certain amount of heat to rise properly. If the oven door is opened too early, this can cause a rush of heat escaping the oven, and this can reduce the temperature to drop drastically. This can also stop the cake from rising, and you can end up with a bad cake. Always bear in mind that the oven door should stay closed at least 30 minutes after putting the cake in the oven. Number 6. Avoid a very low oven temperature. When a cake is baked in a low temperature oven, the cake batter will take time to heat up and the leavening agent will react slowly, thereby producing fewer and smaller air bubbles. This can result to a dense and heavy cake, which hasn't risen properly and can sink in the middle while it cools off. When your oven temperature is too low, your cake will not bake in the expected amount of time as stated in the recipe. 7. Expired products. Expired products such as baking powder, baking soda can make your cake go bad. Always check the expiry dates of these items when you go out sourcing for them. Additionally, always bring your ingredients such as milk, eggs, butter to room temperature before using them. One of the ways to check if your cake is fully baked is by inserting a skewer in the middle of the cake. If it comes out dry, then it means your cake is fully baked. But if it comes out sticky, it means your cake is yet to be done. After baking, let your cake sit on the counter to cool. Do not refrigerate your cake while it is still hot. When your cake is almost cool completely, wrap the cake with a cling film. This way, the moisture in your cake is retained